Ronnie Moore of Tranmere, the League One manager of the month. 2 wins and a draw in the league, a win over Chesterfield in the Capital One Cup for Moore, who was reappointed Tranmere manager in March.
It was a total shock when I got the sack, to be fair. So it was good of the chairman who sacked me to bring me back. So it proves that I think deep down he knows he made a mistake. And I'm back here now to prove that he did make the mistake. So hopefully there'll be many more of these trophies to come, hopefully.
Both sides were unbeaten at the start of play. By the end of it, one of them was well beaten. Tranmere's Andy Robinson setting up Jake Cassidy for his first goal since re-signing on loan from Wolves. And he had his second when Brian Wilson deflected Jean-Louis Akpa-Akpro's pass into his path early in the second half. Before this season, Zumana Bakayoko had only scored once in 3 years for Rovers. Now he's got 2 in a fortnight as he made the best of Akpa-Akpro's cutback. Colchester's day was to get even worse as James Wallace charged into the area and found Cassidy, who completed a hat-trick which carried Tranmere to the top of League One on goal difference.
As for Tranmere, staggering start, but I suppose we shouldn't be surprised, Steve, because we saw signs of this under Ronnie Moore last season, didn't we?
Yeah, when he came in, there was certainly an uplifting results. The club feels alive, doesn't it? It feels as if, you know, a little bit of a malaise before he came. You know, I'm not really sure quite where they were going. And all of a sudden now there seems to be some direction at the football club. You know, everybody obviously going to get behind Ronnie. He's a real legend at the football club. And you feel like all of a sudden there's something about the club, you know, something tangible that you can see happening.
Yeah, well done to Jake Cassidy on the hat-trick. As for Sheffield...
With Crewe having scored in each of their last 20 league games and top of the table Tranmere having recorded a couple of hat-tricks, the Alexandra Stadium should have been the place for goals. Andy Robinson aimed first and almost added to the 3 scored at Carlisle. Wolves loanee Jake Cassidy, who grabbed 3 against Colchester last week, invited Jean-Louis Akpa-Akpo to score, but the striker failed to seal the deal. Crewe didn't force Rovers keeper Owen Fon-Williams into much more than a regulation save, even when Gregor Robertson's free kick landed on target. And Rovers manager Ronnie Moore probably felt the same about Akpa-Akpro's header at the other end, which was straight at Alan Martin.
Well, with me, as you can see, is the Crewe manager, Steve Davis. As luck would have it, it's been, what, 58 games since you were last involved in a...
So you told me, apparently.
In a goalless draw?
Yeah, it was... listen, we're glad to take the point in the end. We didn't create enough opportunities today. You know, the front four didn't do well enough, didn't create anything different, and they were easily snuffed out. So it was a tight game, but obviously it's one that you don't want to lose.
You're second tonight. Where can you finish come May then?
Well, I wish it was, mate, to be honest. But you wish your life away in this game, don't you? I don't know. I mean, realistically, you know, we shouldn't be where we are. But it happens. I mean, Carlisle had a good season last year where they were in the top 7 for most of the season and just fell away. Last time I was here, we had a little run where we were in the top 7. So if we can finish in the top 7, it'll be brilliant for us.
Thanks, Johnny.
Cheers, thank you.
Tranmere have made their best start to a season for 35 years. A tough task then for a Coventry side without a win since March. The Sky Blues held out until 11 minutes from time. Zumana Bakayoko playing in Jake Cassidy for the Welsh teenager to slot home. And Tranmere's second followed 4 minutes later. Another finely worked move started and finished by local boy Andy Robinson, now in his 3rd spell at Prenton Park. All smiles for Tranmere, Coventry stuck in the bottom 4.
Tranmere, top of League One, remain unbeaten after a 3-0 win against Bury. They're awarded 2 penalties in the game. The first one coming when Marcus Marshall brought down Danny Holmes. Andy Robinson took it, scored it. And another penalty in the second half. This time Joe Scars penalised for a foul on Jean-Louis Akpa-Akpro. Robinson took that one as well. That took him to 6 for the season. And it was Jake Cassidy who scored the 3rd to give Tranmere their 5th win of the season.
To League One then, where Tranmere continue to defy gravity. Tuesday's win over Bury means they're enjoying their best start in over 70 years. So could Ronnie Moore's men extend their stunning start with arguably their toughest test so far as they took on 4th place Crawley at the Broadfield Stadium?
With Tranmere in free scoring form, this game always promised to be entertaining and didn't disappoint. After Danny Holmes' effort from the wing crept in after just 2 minutes, it was action all the way. Crawley conjured up a stirring response. Nicky Ajose allowed plenty of space to tee up Josh Simpson for the Reds' 12th minute equaliser. The first goal Rovers had let slip in 5 league games, and that normally mean defence was surprisingly generous again as Richie Barker's men completed a rapid turnaround. Ash Taylor miscuing his clearance before Kyle McFadden pounced. A great way to mark his 100th appearance for the club, but the spring in Crawley's step disappeared when Zumana Bakayogo caught out a home defence distracted by its calls for an offside flag and set up Jake Cassidy. The Welshman on loan from Wolves had the scores all square at the break, and when the second half began, the home side endured another sluggish start. Just a minute in, Jean-Louis Akpa-Akpro seized on David Hunt's mistake. Tranmere back in front, and the malaise among the home defenders was contagious. Crawley now in self-destruct mode as Mark Connolly gifted Cassidy his second of the match. That took him on to 7 for the season, a personal tally matched by teammate Andy Robinson by the end, bagging the club's 21st league goal of a prolific campaign after Liam Palmer caused chaos. Ronnie Moore's men still riding high, though he, like his counterpart Barker, will have plenty to address on the training ground this week.
Defensively, you know, we were all over the shop and they were all over the shop. And, you know, when we went 3-2 up, I said to Johnny Mack, I mean, there's no way this is finishing 3-2. You just knew that there was going to be goals in it, but gut and determination again. We've ground out a good result. And like you say, we got the goals at the right time. First minute of the first half and first minute of the second half.
Staying with League One then, and Tranmere's unlikely run at the top of the table was consolidated last week, of course, with that 5-2 win at promotion chasing Crawley. Well, could Ronnie Moore's side extend their unbeaten run to 9 at home to Brentford?
Tranmere knew victory would give the club its best ever start to a season, but the Bees were determined to be no respecters of history, as Harry Forrester brought the best out of Owen Vaughan Williams. Ronnie Moore has blended a side together with one of the lowest budgets in the Football League. Jean-Louis Akpa-Akpro cost nothing when he moved from Rochdale, and he showed muscle, poise and a tidy finish to put the leaders in front. But 6 minutes into injury time, some improvisation from Jonathan Douglas brought Tranmere back down to earth and within sight of the chasing pack.